Morning, welcome back to the channel. I know it's not been long, but I was hoping that this week was going to be a much more fluent, straightforward, less stressful week, which has not started very well. We're back in East Langley, which we were at on Saturday to start this 7x5 metre games room. Now the trouble is, as we got towards the height of the back, the neighbour was in the garden kind of spitting daggers at me, asking me how much higher it's going to go, and I was saying only 2 more logs high, and then she paced the garden with her arms crossed and shaking her head for about another hour before we went home. We've arrived here this morning to carry on, 3 up to try and get this job done and stay on schedule, and we haven't done anything yet because there's a constant battle between the neighbour, the customer, HQ, council, to see whether we're within our limits of the height of this building. We believe we are, neighbours believe we're not. We've tried to compromise and just take a ring out of the building which will drop it down by about 6 inches. Trouble is, it's a games room for their sons. They're 6'5", so it's going to give them about an inch wriggle room. Only at the back though, because it's a slight pitch from front to back. They don't want to do that. They've paid a lot of money for this. Neighbours don't want it, so it's kind of like to and fro in, and we're stuck in the middle just twiddling our thumbs. We can't do anything. Now, this has never happened before, but there is a possibility because this is on ground screws, which are set at the almost minimum. Now, there's a chance that we could be unscrewing this and taking it back down, covering it up and walking off its job until it's sorted, which then obviously the ground screw people can get it lower, then redo the timber decking, then we can come back, do it, everyone's happy, sitting there with a cocktail in the summer and not falling out for the rest of their lives. So it's a waiting game, so we'll see what happens. Van side of it, I spoke to the Vauxhall place about the Vivaro part from the traffic. It will be here at 9:30 tomorrow. So if we are taking this down and going home today, we might not be working, so tomorrow I could fix the minibus because technically when that hire van goes back today, we don't have a vehicle. So we're just going to sit back and wait and just see if we're taking this down or not. So there's the start of the week. Happy Monday. Right, well, after a little bit longer sitting around, almost another 45 minutes to an hour, we've finally got the go-ahead to continue the build. So I'm expecting to be stared at like dagger eyes when we get back on the back. But obviously we're now behind. The customer's now asking about finishing it with deck skirting because obviously it sticks up and it's unsightly with the ground screws. But again, kind of not our problem because schedule is way too tight, way too tight. So instead of talking to you lot, I'm going to go over there and hopefully get a bit right by a tree. So I'm not getting much sun, which is annoying because the base time was looking really good. Now it's going to start fading again. Work. Ran out of nails just in time. So welcome back. It's now Tuesday and we're back on this job. Sorry I didn't do much filming for the rest of the day yesterday because all the ongoings with the kerfuffle of the size of the building with the neighbours and that yesterday. I decided to just crack on because we had to try and make up 2 hours that we lost, which we kind of did. And then when we got home we had to go and pick up Jordan's van, which is hopefully fixed, take the hire van back. So I thought, get back here, crack on today, get this one out of the way. Didn't start very well at all, not at all, because we had a window wipe problem where they just kept doing this and they wouldn't work properly all the way here. And there was also an hour and 20-minute delay because of a crash on the M1. So we actually got here, it took 2 hours, just over 2 hours to get here. So we're on the back foot again. So I'm gonna crack on. I've already started doing the floorboarding in here. And I've got my list of things that I need to do. Jordan, which is fast becoming like a bane of our job. We're short of one 50mm insulation for in here, so I can't actually finish the floor. We're short of 2 25mm insulation from the roof and 2 OSB from the roof, which, you know, it's just simple maths. Why can't it just be right? So he's had to go, but there's nowhere near here, so he's going to be gone for about an hour, which gives me chance to crack on and get stuff done in here. Once I finish the flooring that I can do in here, I'm going to go out and plate up the windows on the outside, get them completely finished. Then I'm going to go on the roof, put the batten on ready for the gutter, put the gutter trim on, and then we're pretty much ready to do the rubber roof on the top. So I just need to wait for him to get back. But obviously because of the columns, it makes the cutting in of these, it's not a straight square rectangle floor, so you just throw the boards, boom, 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 nail them down. No, I've got to do silly little cutouts, which I'm going to do now. So I'm going to get my multi-tool out and the circular and get the pencil and stuff and do some intricate measuring. That's as far as I can go with the floor until Jordan gets back with the missing piece of 50mm insulation. But the way it's got to the next columns, it's a lot easier cut because it's worked out a full board. So there's a bonus. So what I'm going to do now is crack on and get the windows. I'll do as many windows and doors and get plated up on the outside, which means putting a bead of silicone behind it as well. And it's a bit tedious, so I'm going to arm myself with an impact and some 40mm screws and a ladder.
Regular days would turn into never-ending weekends, ordinary way. No, do you want it low? You plus me up.
Hey, going well. It's going swimmingly, as they call it. So, right, Jordan's back with the extra materials we need to finish the roof, which is the insulation and the OSB at this end, which is underneath the rubber. So I've just put back the rubber. I've done all the trims on all the windows. Jordan's come back and he's finished the flooring for me inside, and he's just putting up the last little trims inside. We have got about that much skirting short, but again, I think the customer wants to laminate over the top of this floor, so therefore skirting's irrelevant at the minute, but we'll talk to the customer in a bit. So yeah, I've just screwed on the batten, which is going to house the first bit of gutter trim, and then obviously the rubber goes over the second bit of gutter trim, so then we're not putting a gutter on, but if they want a gutter, it's ready for a gutter. So now I'm going to go downstairs, get everything we need, and then we're just literally on the roof till the home straight, which will be around about 3-4 o'clock. And I spoke to Emma, good news, she's been down the Vauxhall place and picked up the pipe for my van, sent me a picture, here it is, it appears to be the right part. So it looks like when we get home in around about 3 or 4 hours time, we're gonna go straight out, get the kit out, fix the bus till about midnight, but it needs fixing, so it's got to be done. Oh, Easter coming up, might actually get a couple of days off, a couple of bank holidays, maybe. Done. Another building complete. So he's just finished on the roof. We're going to get some timber now because obviously we've got a lot to tidy up. The customer just wants us to pile it up down here, and there's a bit out the front that we need to bring around as well. But as a kind of keep peace, goodwill gesture with the neighbour, the customer's asked us with some of this scrap stuff if we can prop up the neighbour's fence, because they don't want to replace it, and obviously you can see they've tried to prop it up with stuff before. I think there's about 4 or 5 posts that are broke. So we're going to get some timbers cut, screw it to the top of her post because they protrude from the top of the featherboards, and then we're going to go across. We don't really want to, we're going to have to screw in to probably using the column pillars, screw in, level up her fence, and that's us done. And then yeah, like I said, got the part at home, looks right from the picture that Emma sent me. So yeah, get home, well, up the M1 for like 55 minutes, and then hopefully get straight on to fix the minibus. But you know what it's like with Jordan and I vehicles, probably won't go well, but we're going to give it a shot because I feel a little bit more confident that things have gone well today, eventually, that it will be all right for us to just get the minibus fixed and on the road, and hopefully onto the next job tomorrow once we've emptied all the windows and stuff, which I don't know where we're going, but I know it's the big building.
I wanna get
we're gluttons for punishment when it comes to work. We got back to run a few errands, we've seen the kids for all of 5 minutes, and then we come out here to try and get this pipe off, which it actually came off really easily. It wasn't too bad at all. And then the new one, which Jordan has just got on, went on straight away as well. The irony is though, the problem I went through to get it, Renault were no help whatsoever, so I had to go through Vauxhall on the internet to finally get the part, ring up the Vauxhall place literally down the road, which Emma lovingly went and picked up, and it actually says Renault on it. So yeah, right, we're going to try and get it back. I don't think we're going to be in this vehicle tomorrow, because even if we do get it back together, which obviously there's a lot, alternator, all this, bumper, headlights, grille, radiator, there's a lot to do. And then once we've done it, we've got to then clear out all the windows and put them somewhere else out the back of here. So we'll just go for probably another half an hour, just try and get it back together enough so that we can put some water in and test it. And then tomorrow, hopefully when we finish a little bit earlier, we can come and carry on and get it finished completely, because we've got to get up at like 5 in the morning because we've got to be in Birmingham for 7 and yeah, more work. So yeah, that's it for this one. I shall see you hopefully in the next one, probably not to the weekend, one day off I think before we go to Scotland. So I'll see you at the weekend for a full-on roundup of everything that's going on in this ongoing saga of work and stuff. Goodbye, see ya.